Hey, what's up? My name is Karan Dharamsi and I am the CEO of the Marketing Nerdz. And welcome to yet another episode of the Marketing Nerdz Podcast. Now, in this episode, I want to talk about the 80-20 rule of digital marketing. Now, I'm sure if you are aware of Pareto's law, the 80-20 principle, where it all originally started from, it just talks about how 20% of your focus or 20% of things result in give you 80% of your results, or how 20% of your clients lead to 80% of your revenue, or how the other 80% clients lead to all the major headaches, right? So it's just a few things that you need to focus on to get dramatic results. So if I talk about an e-commerce store, I'm sure that only 20% of the products result in 80% of the revenue. Now that's the baseline. Obviously, it could be a little here and there. It could be like 5 to 10% variance, but that's the principle. And it absolutely applies to digital marketing also. Now I've seen so many digital and social media marketers who call themselves gurus, or there's so many people who are aspiring digital marketers who fail to apply the 80-20 principle. And it's important that if you want your campaigns to be successful, you take the 80-20 principle into consideration. This is how. Now, 80% of your campaign's success depends on the main core 20% stuff, which is understanding your customers. This is one area that not a lot of digital marketers or social media managers spend a lot of time at. I really fail to understand. Right? People don't spend enough time in understanding who their customers are, their needs, what are their pain points. Right? Everybody wants to learn about the new Facebook update, or a new chatbot that looks fancy, or a new social proof plugin, or a new video editing stuff that just enhances the video quality. All that is great, but all the other peripheral 80% stuff is only going to account for 20% of your conversions, increasing 20% of your conversions. But the remaining 80% of your conversion would come from the core, which is understanding your customers, spending enough time to understand the customers. Well, I hardly see digital or social media managers sit with an ideal customer avatar sheet where they know exactly who they are talking to. They just talk to everybody in the marketplace. Think about it. I also have a weight loss company, and anybody who comes to my website, of course, wants to lose weight. But are they all equal? Of course not. Well, when somebody comes to my site, one person may want to lose weight just by dieting. The other person may want to lose weight by only working out, but this person may hate dieting. And the third person may just know it all. She may know the exact diet, she may know what needs to be done as far as her workouts are concerned. But she lacks the motivation, and she is on my side to get the coaching, to get the mentorship, and to have someone, monitor her progress. Right? So all three people are different, but the eventual goal is the same. So I cannot have the same language or the same communication with all the three people, and which is where understanding your different customer segments and what would work for them and what are their pain points is so freaking important. This is the main 20% that's going to give you 80% of your success in all your campaigns, but majority people fail to do that. And I'll apply the 80-20% rule here. Why are only 20%? And 20% is also way big, but let's assume 20%. Why are only 20% digital marketers and social media experts successful in the campaigns, and the remaining 80% always, if not always, but almost always fail? That's because they do not focus on the important core stuff, which is understanding the customer. They play around with a lot of peripheral stuff, which is the new chatbot, learning the new update, doing some fancy stuff for designing, using some fancy tools for live videos. All that is awesome, but that's just going to account for this much higher conversion. You need to be spending your whole time, your majority time, on understanding your customers, getting the right marketing message. Now, there's this awesome guy who is into email marketing. He's an email marketing expert, and I love his marketing campaigns. All he does is sends out an email a day, and they're just simple, plain, no formatting, nothing fancy, no use of like fancy gifs in the email. Simple emails, but his entire focus is on great marketing message. His email content is so freaking awesome, and the guy is really successful. He proves it that you don't need fancy stuff as long as your core is strong, your foundation is strong, your campaigns are going to rise. So, next, if you are a digital marketer, make sure that you focus on the core stuff, which is understanding your customer. I know I keep repeating this point often, but seriously, majority of the people fail to do that, and I think it's my duty to remind people to be doing the basic stuff. And if you want your campaigns to be successful, please do that. Please spend the time in understanding who your customers are and their pain points, and talk in the language that they talk in, which is what would define your campaigns being successful or unsuccessful. All the crazy new tools wouldn't really count for anything if you fail to do this simple thing. So this is the 80-20 rule. Focus on the main stuff, which will give you 80% of your result. If you focus on the peripheral stuff, that's only going to give you this much result, but your campaigns are going to fail big time.